Welcome into Regan Corner Sports Network. Tonight we have action between the Knox Redskins and the North Judson Blue Jays. The Blue Jays come in with a record of 3-2, 1-0 in conference. The Knox Redskins come in with a record of 2-6, and they are 1-1 in the Indiana Northern State Conference. With Jaydon Gay, my name is Tom Hill. Thank you all for tuning in. Josh Regan here producing this game here tonight. And Jaydon, obviously Knox has been mostly down this season. They will have their fifth home game and their ninth game overall. They're 2-2 at home and 2-6 overall. So what do they have to do to really right the ship here? It starts here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes with establishing, a sense of urgency early, get that shooting percentage right, just trying to have a clean game, no turnover or limit the turnovers. Try to keep the turnovers down, get to the free throw line, get those easy looks, have some consistent offense. I think that would be the key for Knox because they really need it 2-6 right now. Coach James Adcock in his second season, 9-23 overall. So he's looking to get a win here tonight to help his team get some morale.
And also building that program to your point, Jaydon, where 9-23, obviously not the ideal start, but it's about building winning culture and trying to get wins and rack them up, especially as we're still very early in this season. If you take a look at the Redskins, they started off the year with a 5-game losing streak and they won 2 games. Their most recent game was a loss, so looking to try to get off the schneid and pick it up. But moving over to the North Judson Blue Jays side, this is a team who's 3-2, kind of also up and down, but they score about 53 points per game. Very, very, very high octane offense. And we'll get into players for both teams in a little bit, but they have 3 players with double-digit points per game in Shiloh DeBoard, Kylie Lehigh, and Kalen Tunis. So this could be, one of those games where if you see one of them score or 2 of them score, or if all 3 are on, then it could be a very, very lopsided affair. And just touching how big it is for them to come out here with aggression.
Yeah, I mean, North Judson's going to have to come out here swinging. Like you said, they got 3 players averaging in double figures. Kalen Tunis, 14 points per game. And Shiloh, the board, she is shooting 42% from 3, Tom. That is really good for a high school basketball player. So she's going to need to be on her game, shooting the ball. Going to need others to step up as well. But I'm looking at North Judson here, and they're going to need to get out early and, like you said, be aggressive, get those good shots up, and have the 3-ball falling for them.
It's DeBoard, Lehigh, Tunis, and Avery Johnston with Gracie Minix follow out the starting 5 for the visitors, North Judson. And then over onto the Knox Redskins side, obviously we detailed they're 2-6, 4 games under 500. It's been an underwhelming start so far for Coach Adcock, but now, the player to look out for in this game, Serenity Nava, who averages a little under 8 points per game, but on 44% from the field and 47% from downtown, leads both teams in the 3-point department. So if she could get hot from beyond the arc, it could give this Redskins team a boost, Jaden.
Yeah, I mean, Tom, think about that. 47% from 3. Now, you got NBA players who don't even shoot that in the league. And she's shooting that at the high school level. That's really good. So they're going to need her to be on her A game with their 3-ball. But you're going to need the other players to step up as well. Need to be overall team collective effort. They're going to need to get to the free throw line. Portland Minix shoots 86% from the free throw line, leading the team. So they're going to need her to get down there to the foul line and, overall just, get a good offensive ball rolling.
Yeah, the starting 5 for the home team, the Knox Redskins, are the aforementioned Serenity Nava, Portland Minix, as well as Rylan Jordan, Rose Webb, and Riley Taylor. But another thing to note for Knox, relative to North Judson, they have not scored that well as a team. 36.9 points per game. That's just not going to get it done. And, when you see this is a team that does not have a player average double figures in points per game. Minix is just a tick below that mark with 9.8. It's very tough because you fall behind in games and you start wondering, hey, where's your source of offense going to come? And where's your source of, you're down 8, you're down 12. who can you turn to get a bucket? And this Knox team just shooting 32% as a team from the field throughout the first 8 games, and that's been troublesome so far for them, and they have to really try to pick it up. But it starts here at home, a place where they have picked up their 2 wins so far this season. So, Jaydon, I'll kind of frame this question. How big is it playing at home here, day before Thanksgiving, to try to, get 2 wins in a row, or 3 wins in your last 4 games, excuse me. But how big is it to play here at home?
Yeah, I mean, playing at home is huge. This is be a good opportunity for them to get some momentum and pick up their 3rd win here at home. And if they can get it, it'll really help them out. Like I said, they're currently at 2-6, so they're trying to just not start a skid. You don't want to start a skid. As if you're a team in any sport, you don't want to lose these streaks. They can be, you take them a week at a time, but you don't want to get behind too early, especially in a tough basketball league such as this here in Indiana.
And another thing to note is the next game for the Redskins comes on December 3rd against Hebron at home. So, very long layoff, or relatively long layoff, I should say, a little bit more than normal, obviously, with the holidays coming up. But, if you're North Judson, this is a team that, 2-1 at home, 1-1 on the road. This is a team that has also been up and down, a little bit more up than they have been down. And obviously we detailed, the trio of DeBoer, Lee, whole figures, with Tunis leading the mark, 14.8 points per game, and also leading both of these teams in that department. She shoots 38% from the field and 23% from downtown. But, another player to look out for, and somebody that you mentioned, we mentioned Serenity Nava on Knox's side. Let's pivot towards North Judson with Shiloh DeBoer. This is a player averaging 13.4 points per game, 2nd on the Blue Jays, and their most efficient shooter by far, 45% from the field, 42% from downtown, and also 4.5 boards. So this could be a player who wreaks havoc for North Judson.
Yeah, they can't, if you're Knox, you can't let her get hot because she's their best shooter. And like you said, 42% from 3. I mean, if she gets it rolling, in all leagues, as far as basketball, when the shooter is getting hot and they got their shots, they see it falling in, it's going to be hard to stop them. So, they got to have to limit that if you're Knox. But if you're North Judson, Tom, they went to the state championship last year. They lost. So this is a team that's got experience. They can win ball games. So we'll see what they implement tonight to get this win for them.
And also, we have to pay a shout out to the North Judson football team, who also made states as well. So maybe a school-wide thing for them. But one thing I will ask you, Knox 2-6, they're 4 games under 500, and obviously it's still pretty early in this season. But what are the ingredients? What do they need to do in this game if they want to pick up a victory? And another question that I'll throw onto that is, what type of style of basketball do they have to play, Jaydon, if they want to come out here at home with a victory?
I think you have to play team-oriented basketball. Pass the horn around, get everybody involved as much as you can. Limit the turnovers. Like I said, turnovers can really rack up, if you let them. If you're not careful with the ball security is very huge, especially in games like this. You got a team like North Judson who, they're very good in stealing the ball and get them out on the fast break and leaving those open shooters out there. It can be really dangerous for Knox, very quickly. So they're going to have to play, collective team basketball if they want to get a win here and get some quality shots.
And then pivoting over towards the visitors with the North Judson Blue Jays. And we detailed how high octane their offense can be with these 3 scorers. So, what do they need to do in order to pick up a win here and just kind of keep winning if you're North Judson?
Yeah, I think if you're North Judson, keep getting the ball in the hands of your playmakers. That's Caitlin Tunis, Shiloh DeBoer. And Lehigh. If you keep getting the ball in their hands, and because they're your best players, they're your best scorers, especially Shiloh shooting 42% from 3. Get her quality from the 3-point line, but also get everybody else involved as well. A team collective on their end too. Just play team basketball and get those quality looks, pass the ball around, and the shooter will come open eventually. So I think also getting to the free throw line will be big for them as well.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Jaydon. I would agree with that because this is a game that, obviously we do see shooting sometimes take over, but what we've also seen sometimes just in the game of basketball at any level is shooting could even take you out of games. Shooting can make a deficit worse because you're trying to almost hit that home run, so to speak. And, if you do that 3, 4, 5, 6 straight possessions, you can really up the deficit and make it a lot tougher on you to try to come back and win. And that's something that when I look at this Knox Redskins team, it's, outside of Nava, where